Hello everybody, FJ Feka here. I wanted to show this match that was the last match of my light season, and I wanted to show it because there is a very curious interaction I was not expecting on the first turn. This was a match that I took from someone who beat my defense, so this is a rematch. I did expect the units to be highly merged because they basically used all +10 units on offense. And well, you are going to see there's some really high investment in some of these units. One of the things I thought was quite interesting about the map is that the 7th unit is not a calf healer. In the meta of area coverage, Brave Camilla being the healer, even with a flash staff that can be very annoying to deal with, she still lacks some of that range that most calf healers do have. So I'm going to take a double save team to this match. I know a lot of people don't like this, but unfortunately because of the Brave Edelgard in the map, I don't really have a good way of dealing with her. And my first plan is to actually try to bait the units on turn 1 while forgetting that calf units have 3 movement, and I'm going to end up leaving Mila completely open to Mia, who has a special that actually deals more damage against dragons. So I got actually very lucky on this first turn. You are going to see right now. Now, as you're going to see, I'm going to move Mila 1 space back in order to actually trying to isolate Triandra when she moves to that column, since she can't move anywhere else on the map right now. And even if she doesn't have aerobatics because she goes for the offensive build, Young Ines should move forward because I'm completely baiting the team on turn 1. Now, the thing that I don't know what happened is why Young Ines didn't move forward. Especially after the update to the AI that allows the AI to take advantage of positioning. Because if he had moved forward and there are units being threatened and threatening in the turn, Trianda should have been able to dance Mia, and I'm not sure why he didn't move forward. It might be because there were no combats before him, but even without having a combat target, he should have moved forward. The AI was already initialized, and I'm completely unsure what happened on that part. If anybody that knows the AI well enough to explain why the turn 1 trap didn't really come forward completely, feel free to leave a comment on what happened right there.
I'm up next.
Now, even if that is possibly the most interesting part of the match, and we have yet to see a single encounter between any units, I am going to give you a little bit of how was my thinking process during the match, and actually sing high praises to Black Knight. He really is one of the best savior units I've seen everywhere. So now that I see the danger area and realize my mistake on leaving Mila where she was, I'm going to try to still get the distant guard from her in this turn, while correcting the mistake and placing Vector 1 tile closer to Mila. And here's where I make the second mistake, because it would have been much easier to just move her to the corner and then move Brave Hector one tile left. But I'm still a little shaken from what happened, and that I didn't realize that Mila was completely open to an enemy that had erupted the sky ready from turn 1. So I end up making my life a lot harder than it actually needed to be on this turn. But the original plan is still good, and the fact that this is turn 2, it's helping a lot. Because now Auto Recovery is gone, so Isolation actually sticks on this turn. And now there is a guarantee that Mia is going to engage, so now all I have to do is cover all the units with Brave Hector and hope that Young Ines doesn't hit hard enough to kill Vector in his engagement.
Your luck's run out.
You'll regret that.
Now with Hector surviving Young Ines, but actually not killing, which is a little bit of a bad scenario, but all the units managed to survive, fortunately. Now we have to start thinking, what are we going to do? Because if I don't get the kill on Ines this turn, things are going to start going downhill really fast. He is pretty much in range to get danced by both dancers, and Hector has taken quite a bit of HP from him, and he has his special ready again. So whatever he does, if he hits someone, it's very likely that he is going to kill. Fortunately for me, it is also turn 3, so Bolt Tower activates and hits Ines. But I have to start thinking on how am I going to approach the right side of the map. And there is also the fact that if I try to take Ines with anybody, there is an isolated Triandra right there waiting to strike with a very offensive kit. And that matchup is not good for Brave Hector. Now, fortunately for me, Light Season is basically the best mobility any season has. Between Dagger and Peony, they pretty much can move anybody from anywhere of the map to the other corner without having that much of an issue. Unfortunately for me, between the Healing Tower and Camila, all the damage that the Bolt Tower does is basically gone next turn. But at the moment, what I really think right now is that I have to get the kill on Young Ines with air. The problem is that Trianda will absolutely kill air. Even with her high res, she's not going to be able to survive both hits from Triandra. And if I am capable of moving my armors all the way to the right side of the map, I could maybe smite air into the corner, but the problem is that if I do that, on the next turn, the first thing that's going to happen is that Camila is going to heal Edelgard, and then she's going to get danced by Sigurd, and leaving the spot where Sigurd is open will actually make not move to that spot, and it will allow Triandra to actually reach Mila from that position. And I still seriously doubt that Mila can actually take both hits from Triandra, I can absolutely tell you that during these moments I was completely doing the math to see if anyone could have taken the hit from Triandra, but I'm not confident on anybody's rest to take that big of a hit. And the fact that Peony is completely pinned down where she is because of the tactics from there is actually a pretty genius move. There is very little space where you can leave units in this map in the first few turns, and getting the Dancer locked down there actually helps a lot with the defense map. Especially right now, Dagger without extra movement can reach anybody basically, and moving her out means that if she's going to try to snipe anyone, Peony is going to have to dance her. The trap positioning on the left side of the map also make it very hard to get any kind of movement forward in the map without gambling them. At this point, taking 40 damage, it will basically end the run, and the two heavy traps at the top actually make it very hard to initiate with a Gale Force team, so the map is actually very well protected against a wide variety of strategies that are commonly used in Aether Raids. And the fourth position is actually really intelligent because it completely shuts down trying to snipe the tactics room, which in turn makes the map have a very hard second turn if you actually manage to survive the first one. And the move that I'm going to end up doing is moving Hector to the tree that's on the right side of the map. It's actually quite easy to get him there. The extra movement from Dagger and then the dance from Peony basically gets him there. We'll be there so we can actually brave Edelgard from there, because then if I manage to kill Ines right now, the beginning of the next turn is going to be Camilla healing Brave Edelgard and then getting danced by Sigurd. This allows exactly Brave Edelgard to jump in front of the tree. So now what I have to do is also move Black Knight there so he can save Vector from Edelgard. And what I'm going to do to avoid getting completely destroyed by Triandra is to actually smite her into the position that Dagger is right now and moving Dagger to the completely right part of the map. This way basically everybody is saved by the armors right there, while Mila is going to be in the completely opposite corner, completely out of the reach of Triandra, and the map is going to completely shift down to the right side.
If you say so. Like this.
Yeah, I still find funny that Brave Edelgard, a plus 10 Brave Edelgard, was unable to deal a single point of damage to any unit in the game. But right now we have a very interesting position here. Brave Hector being able to kill Sigurd, actually stopping the Dancer, is really good. The fact that Triandra is completely chasing Vector down puts us in a very complicated situation. She can still deal considerable damage to Brave Hector, if not outright completely murder him. So right now, we need to get rid of Triandra at whatever cost necessary. And the good part about all of this situation is that it's not that actually complicated. Brave Hector being able to deal with Sigurd means that Peony can actually dance him and provide the order buff to the Black Knight down there. And Black Knight should absolutely completely destroy Triandra, which would leave a very favorable scenario because only leaving Not and Camilla alive means that Black Knight most likely can survive one encounter from Not, but fortunately for me, there is a way to get rid of that Not in the same turn. I still have Dagger, even if she's pretty much in the corner now, she still has the 3 movement available, and while Air cannot deal any significant damage against Not, she can actually take Dagger out of the corner and see what the small sister can do. So that way, combine it with what Brave Hector can deal against Not, between them both can get the kill on Not. And from that point, the map is pretty much solved. Everybody is in safe range from Brave Hector, and Mystic Ghost will simply deny any significant damage that Camilla can do against anybody on the team right now. I didn't bother actually taking the bots because it was the last match of the season. There was no reason for me to get the bots. I could have stalled out Camilla with Brave Hector saving everybody, but I don't see the point of just doing that. The season is basically over and there is no real reason for me to actually try to force a misclick on my part. So if you're still watching this, thank you for getting through to the end, and I hope that at least it showed you something interesting on this match. And if by any chance you have any idea of what happened on turn 1, why John Venus didn't move forward on that turn, be sure to leave a comment about what happened there. I hope your current Astra season is going well, and if you're summoning on the legendary banner, I hope you're getting the focus unit you want from what you're pulling from. Goodbye and have a nice day.